I don't like to do these personal journal entries really scripted. I like to, just kind of think them in my head for a little bit before I do them. It's not like a list or, uh, most amazing moments or favorites or, telling you what's going on with my artwork. And as personal as my artwork and the projects I've been working on are to me, um, based on how my memory works, I have a feeling I'm going to forget. I could set an alarm, but it's not going to remind me of what is significant, and why why whatever has to happen. Um, I'm approaching 1,000 days of sobriety, um, and I've broken the 2 year 8 month mark. Um, I'm closing in on 2 full years without nicotine, uh, cigarettes, tobacco, whatever. Um, and I'm closing in on 1 year of completely and totally changing my life physically and fitness wise. Um, so I think even though I'm not at 1,000 days yet, I'm at 996 and some change. In a couple of hours, it'll be 997 days. Um, but 997 days ago, I made a decision. The night before, I had drank 17 out of 18 beers. I got sick. I threw up for the last time. Um, and there was one beer left in the fridge. Um, I called out of work, which was a call center job, working for a Medicaid plan here in Tucson. Um, and while it was a good job, it paid well, the benefits were good. I liked the people I worked with, I liked my manager. Um, it was extremely stressful. I hate talking on the phone, which is kind of ironic because the job I have now, I do that too. Um, it's way less stressful. I'm not getting thousands of calls a day, um, and 95% of them are mental health calls and not asking about coverage, but people who have real mental health issues, which actually kind of plays into this story and this idea that 997 days ago, I made a clear cut decision that I was done. I was done drinking. Um, I had been in pre contemplation and contemplation for quite some time, thinking about um, quitting, about stopping. I knew the medications I'm on for obsessive compulsive disorder were not working effectively because of how much I was drinking or because of the fact I was drinking at all. I had told myself years earlier, decades earlier, that this was never going to happen. I was not going to be like my dad or his dad or my grandfather on my mom's side or my uncle on my mom's side. Um, and that really hurts me to say that they're alcoholics. My dad will admit it. I don't know if my dad's dad would admit it. I don't know if my mom's dad would admit it. I don't think my mom's uncle or my mom's brother would admit it. It hurts me to say that because these are individuals in one way or another that I look up to, um, and individuals that I love, and especially now, um, even though my mom's father is no longer with us, I still kind of look to who he was for guidance as to how to be a man. Um, I look to my uncle a lot. He's a great guy. He's a great father. He's a good husband. He works hard. He doesn't bitch a lot. He's just kind of old school like that. He's a grandfather who, it I didn't think there would be. I didn't think it was possible for him to love anybody more than he loves his daughter. But his grandson, it's just amazing to see them together, and um, my dad has really become one of my heroes. Um, Not so much for the quitting drinking. He did that 30 plus years ago. Um, Interestingly enough, when I did tell my dad about 5 or 6 days after I'd quit, um, we were talking, and I kind of just told him what my plan was, and at that point in time, my plan was not to be sober. My plan was to level off, let the medication start working, um, get the obsessive compulsive disorder, which is pretty much in check, but like the depressive aspects of it, where I didn't feel like my life was going to change. Even though it was a good job, like I said, it very stressful, and kind of made me feel hopeless that, this is where I am and this is how it's going to be, and that I can't do anything to change that. Um, it um, it became a journey because I wanted to get clear-headed enough that I could make better decisions for myself. Um, I didn't announce it on social media because I was just like, what if I screw up? What if I have a drink? What if I have a sip? What if, and all these what ifs, all these fears of failure. And it culminated, I don't know if it was 11 days or 21 days, I forget what the number was. Um, but I had started seeing like a ton of negativity on my Facebook. A lot of people, and this has been something that's continues on to this day, that I, see a lot of people whining and bitching about their lives, and why me, and, uh, why can't this be better, and just a lot of complaining and not a lot of doing. And it kind of pissed me off, but it also sparked me to make the announcement that, hey, I didn't want to say this because I don't know what's going to happen if I mess this up. Um, but I can't take this anymore. I can't take this negativity. I can't take this angsty, teenage, you know, drama fest kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm going to post something positive. 11 days or 21 days ago, whatever it was, I quit drinking. And I'm still on the wagon or off the wagon, or, however you want to define that. But that's me. That's what I'm going to do. That's me right now. And that was 2 years and 8 months ago and change, or 900 and almost 97 days ago. And I don't regret it at all. I jokingly tell people the one thing I do regret about quitting drinking was the last drink that I had was a Miller High Life, and not like something better than that. But honestly, that's passé, and that's not something that even matters. It's just something to kind of laugh at. Years before, when I was fighting cancer, and owning it like a boss, I like to think, I did it with humor. I did it by laughing at the situation, and I did it by being realistic about, maybe I'll lose my leg, maybe I'll die, but you know what? I'm not gonna go whimpering into the night. Um, so this is kind of like this is going to be like my diary, and posting this. So this is part one of that journey, and basically about 15 days in, or 21 days in to where it was. Um, Obviously, though, 900, almost 1,000 days later, I'm still sober. I'm almost 2 years without nicotine or tobacco or whatever. Um, Technically over 2 years because like I was using a vape, but it's still got nicotine in it. So, um, and a almost a full year into my complete and total transformation and eating healthy and being better and taking my health seriously. Um, I'm 40 years old, and I feel like I feel I don't know how kosher it is to say on this on these posts and stuff like that, but I'm 40 years old and I feel fucking amazing to be alive. And I never thought I would say that um, back when I was in my 20s or even in my 30s, that I would say I'm 40 years old and I'm really glad to be alive. Um, so I'll be posting more in the next couple of days about this huge milestone that's coming up.